I need some coffee. It's still way too early. Hi everyone, this is Deanna the Organized Miss, and I'm back with my junk journal that I made with you all using my junk. Let me just add the caveat that junk doesn't mean worthless, right? It's the saying, one man's junk is another man's treasure. So I have, created this literally, though, with things that, around in my life that I wanted to show you what types of things I would use. And so once I was done with that, I decided I wanted to put these, I don't know what they're called, corners. Maybe they're just called corners. And I didn't have the kind I wanted, and I was showing that in the video. So I did purchase these, and they're kind of like what I just normally use. So I usually have them on me, but I like them because they add a little more security here where the end of, because I didn't want to wrap it all the way around because I like the cover. So, for disclosure purposes, I purchased that. Everything else was things that, yes, I purchased at some point, but that it would go into the trash otherwise, or I had used it and, it was left over. So like this shoebox lid. And so I wanted to show you what I did with some of the other things that didn't go in here. Now, I don't keep everything. I can't. In fact, I do have to throw a lot of it away. And my community, we do not have a recycling program per se. We used to, but it was very expensive to maintain it. And the city couldn't justify it based on the use that it was getting. And it was a lot to it. But we do have a place where we can take our boxes. And so they do have that for us. But as far as like what we used to put on the street, and we'd put like papers, plastics, aluminum, that kind of thing, we don't have that anymore. So I do have to throw a lot of it away. And in the beginning, I was like, I have to save everything. I might use it someday. If no one has told you, I want to give you permission. Throw it away. Don't keep it all. Because you can start to get very overwhelmed. And I decided to make a video about that, which I'll do that one. That'll be coming later, about those items and things that you can actually use and to be looking out for. But just know, you have to get rid of some of it. Even if you keep a lot, you want to make sure you have a way to store it. So that's not what this video is about. This video is what I did with the things that didn't go in here. And again, a lot of it did go in the trash, but I had shown this sticker book here that as I was looking at it, I thought, how can I turn that into a journal? And I decided to turn it into two. So I'll start with this one, I guess. So this was the bottom, and this is kind of what sparked the idea. Was I thought this would make a great closure. It's already on there if it were, not just a sticker book. And I could have left it all in one big piece. And in fact, someone did leave a message that I could just use it as is and just insert pages for a smash book. That's a great idea. That's kind of what I had in mind, but I did want to go ahead and show you, how you could do it if you had two pieces like this. And what I did was I used those envelopes. So I didn't put too many, if any, I think, in here. So I thought, I'm going to make a signature out of these envelopes and envelope pieces. And I just did a center staple because literally this is just a little junk journal, right? And because they were two pieces, I needed to secure it. So I did that by creating like a little hidden signature spine to staple that to. And then I just covered it in tape, I just put it all together like that, and I was fine with that. Actually, what you can see is the envelope. I cut up one envelope and I glued it on this way so the inside that said please recycle was there. And then I put the back part of that envelope here. And then I used a piece of it to be that part of the hidden spine. But then it wasn't so hidden because I decided not to cover. I like it just the way it is, you know. If I want to go and stick things on or glue or paint or whatever, I can. But I just went through and just added any little envelopes, kind of folded them up. Some of them I did cut because I wanted them to fit in here. That's all I did. I just put them in here. Now I did kind of go through originally and think how could I, you know, work with the pieces I had. So I did glue this one on just because I liked that peeking through the window. But you know, you don't have to do any of that. You can just put them in however they land. Thought that'd make a good pocket that way. So I did just, you know, briefly think as I was putting them together, how would I like to work on the pages, you know? So I could make little pockets if I wanted, little fold outs or side pockets. That's all I did. Still got some addresses in there, I guess. So I tried to cover up if there was an address, but there may be a couple. But yeah, so I thought this would be a fun little, literally junk journal smash book that I could use. So I made two. So this one's a little bigger, and I made it differently because it was still, I didn't cut the spine. I used some of that same leftover cording that I used to bind that in, and instead of like binding it in, I did like a, what do they call it, like a flow, so that it could, if I wanted, I could slide them out to work on them, or I could take it out altogether, or I could add new pieces in as I go. So that is what I did with this. And I think it turned out pretty good. So again, I just used the envelopes to be the signature in the pages. And, you know, where it was too big, I just folded it in, made some pockets. And these are all, a lot of them are either envelopes that came in junk to mail back, the junk themselves. I don't even think there's any like personal letters in here. Oh, someone saved some keys for me to pick up for the event we held for our pageant. So that was that. That was the only thing in it was keys. And I was like, can I throw that away? No, I use it for this project. So junk, this is, you know, the only thing that wasn't junk actually was this one right here. I forgot, this is part of, I actually have a subscription to this. But instead of, you know, throwing the envelope away, I had to find a way to use it. So I just kind of wanted to come on and show you that is what I ended up doing with these. And my goal is to journal in these. Do, you know, journal with me, junk journal with me, and just kind of show you how I do it. It's not the right way. It's not the wrong way. There's no way. However you want to journal. And if I give you some ideas, please take them by all means. I follow a lot of great junk journal artists and just journaling artists on here that I like to get ideas from. So what's that book? Steal Like a Artist? Steal Like a, yeah. Anyway, you can be inspired by all kinds of things. This was actually my address, so I covered that up and stamped on it. How fun is that? Yeah. Thank you for joining me in this junk journal series. I'm so excited to start playing around in my journals. And yeah, I don't have any plan currently. I have no plans. I think, you know, these literally might end up being like smash books or, you know, whatever books. I I thought maybe I'd do more of like my own personal journaling in this. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Got any ideas? I'm accepting ideas, but thanks for joining me, and I'll see you next time.